it's been a very rough spring so far, not only for North Texans, but for all of our trees out there. Many neighborhoods are littered with parts of downed trees. And joining us now from one of those East Dallas neighborhoods is Matt Grubisich with Texas Trees Foundation. Matt, thanks so much for being with us to chat a little bit about this. And listen, we know that the storms, they're not helping, but I'm wondering why we're seeing so much tree debris and so many downed trees. Are the trees just old, do you think?
Well, thanks for having me. I'm really great to be on with you. I think what you're seeing is a combination of a lot of different things. One is when you get, hurricane force winds from a tornado, there's not a lot. Some trees are just going to fall over. That stuff's going to happen. But when you combine that with a lot of the rain that we've had this year, trees are putting on a tremendous amount of growth. And so if you think of that canopy as a really big sail, we've got a bunch of trees out there that got really big sails on them. And then we also have soil that is saturated. And that saturation in that soil doesn't allow those roots to hold on as tightly. And so you start combining all of those factors together and we start to see trees falling over.
Now, we want to give our viewers a chance to get in on some of the questions here. So let's have a listen to the first question that they wanted to ask you.
The tree behind me, half of it's gone, half of it's damaged. Is it a total loss?
That was Forrest James. Matt, you probably couldn't see the video there, but he was standing in front of a bunch of trees and pieces of what used to be the trunk there. What do you think?
Well, I think that this is a really important lesson for all residents, is that trees are an asset to your home. And just like you would have an electrician come look at your AC unit, you need to have an arborist or a certified forester come and look at your trees. And so it's really hard to tell for just the average person to come out. Some of these trees may be able to bounce back relatively quickly. Some of them may be too structurally damaged to be able to withstand any further storms and need to come out. So it's really, really important that you get an expert, a qualified expert, whether they're a certified forester or a urban forester or a certified arborist, to come out and examine your trees and look at them.
All right, good advice here. Let's get over to Charlotte in Arlington. Have a listen to this question.
We have a tree that in the backyard that some of the roots have come up, but the tree didn't fall. Can we save the tree, or will we have to have it cut down too?
That's a good question, Matt, because there are a lot of trees where the roots have come up, but for the most part, the tree is still standing. What do you think about Charlotte's issue? Can she save that tree?
Oh, I think that there's a lot of good reasons why she'd be able to save that tree. But again, to reiterate it again, she needs to have an expert look at that tree. So calling a certified arborist to come out to do a thorough examination of the roots, of the trunk, of the branches, of the leaves, to be able to ensure that it's in good, stable condition. But a lot of trees that don't fall over, maybe just some of the roots came up, are still very safe trees and worth surviving and worth taking care of and making sure that they continue to provide all the benefits that they do for us.
All good things to bring up, to talk about. Matt, we appreciate you being with us. And again, I think the takeaway here is, if you have any questions, call an arborist, a professional who knows exactly what they're doing. We appreciate your time.